Good morning, one and all. Today I'm going to discuss about secondary storage devices. Secondary memory is also known as external memory. Secondary storage devices hold the data even when the computer is switched off. An example of such device is a hard disk. And when the computer can while the computer can read data stored in the main memory in the nanoseconds, the data from the secondary storage devices can be accessed in milliseconds. And our first topic is a floppy disk. Floppy disks are the data storage devices which consist of thin magnetic storage medium encased in a square plastic shell. And the storage capacity of the floppy disk is 1.47 MB. And floppy disks are inexpensive. They are much slower than other storage devices. Moreover, floppy disk must be handled with the utmost care. For example, data stored on a floppy disk can be lost if the data is bended, removed while in use, or exposed to excessive temperature, dust, or smoke. Floppy disks were widely used from mid 1970s till early 2000 to transfer data and create the backup. They are no longer used as they have been completely replaced by the flash drives, external hard disk, optical disk, and memory cards. And the advantages of the floppy disk is they are cheaper, and because of their small size they were easily portable and they are easy to handle. Till 2005, not many computers had the USB port, so floppy disks were the only option left for the data transfer. Next, the disadvantage is floppy disks have very limited data storage capacity and they have to be handled very carefully as they can easily break or can be affected by the heat. And our next topic is a hard disk. The hard disk is a secondary storage device that stores the programs, files, and provides relatively quick access to the large amount of data stored. And the hard disk can store 1 terabyte of data, that is equals to 1000 GB of data. And a hard disk includes several platters, that is nothing but the disk. And data is actually stored on the disk and it is divided into tracks and sectors. Is divided into a number of sectors. And the advantages of hard disk is they store large amount of data and if required they can use multiple disks for storing the data and the cost of data storage is very low. Coming to the disadvantages of the hard disk, they must be stored in a dust free environment and they are large in size and heavier in weight when compared to the flash drives and the optical disk. And our next storage device is external hard disk. As the name suggests, an external hard disk is a drive that is located outside the computer case. It is used in addition to the internal hard drive to store the data. It has become quite popular because of its portability, high storage capacity. It is connected to the computer system with a high speed interface cable, usually with the plug and play interface such as a USB firewall. And external drives allows a user to save sensitive, confidential, and other important data on them, and they are kept separate in the secure location. As external hard drives are lightweight, portable devices, and they can be easily carried anywhere and also can be stored in the safe and secure location to protect the data from the theft or disaster. Moreover, some external devices come with a security feature such as fingerprint recognition to prevent others from gaining the access to the stored data. And coming to the storage capacity of the external hard disk, it is about 1 to 4 terabytes. And next is CD. CD, DVD, and Blu-ray. These three comes under the optical disc. So, optical storage devices are most widely used for the storage devices. An optical disc stores information in the form of bits and lands. Bits are the tiny reflective bumps created with the laser beam, and lands are the flat area separated by the pits. While the land reflects the laser light and reads a binary digit 1, a pit on the other hand observes the light and reads its binary digit 0. Now CD. CD stands for the compact disc. A CD is used to store the large amount of data, and the storage capacity of a CD is 650 MB to 1 GB. And our next topic is DVD. DVD stands for Digital Versatile Disc. It is an extremely high capacity optical disc with a storage capacity ranging from 4.7 GB to 17 GB. DVDs are widely used to store data, large databases like movies, music, software, etc. And most of the DVDs are double-sided disc, so they can store data on both the sides of the disc. Although DVD-ROM resembles the CD-ROM in size and shape, a standard DVD can store 7 times more data than a CD because the size of its bit and tracks is smaller. And DVD must be handled very carefully as both sides have data stored on them, and this can be damaged accidentally due to mishandling. And our next topic is a Blu-ray disc. Blu-ray disc is an optical disc developed by Blu-ray Disc Association, that is BDA, which includes leading companies such as Apple, Dell, HP, Samsung, Philips, Sony, etc. And a Blu-ray disc has the same size as a CD or a DVD, but it can store much more data than a DVD. A single-sided Blu-ray disc can store 25 GB of the data, while other side is used to store 50 GB of data. CDs and DVDs uses a red laser light to read and write the data, while Blu-ray disc uses blue-violet laser. Hence, it is named as a Blu-ray. And data can be packed more tightly, therefore stored in the less space. And Blu-ray disc cannot play on the CD and DVD player because those players lack the blue violet laser required to read the disc. And advantages is Blu-ray discs have large storage capacity as compared to CDs and DVDs. Blu-ray discs can store HD videos and thus provides better picture quality than DVDs. And disadvantages of a Blu-ray. Blu-ray discs are more expensive than CDs and DVDs. A Blu-ray disc is not very durable as a slight scratch to the surface makes a disc unreadable. And our last storage device is USB flash drive. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus or simply a pen drive. These are removable, rewritable, and physically much smaller devices weighing less than 30 grams. The storage capacity of the USB flash drives are from 8 GB to 1 terabyte. These devices are good substitute for a floppy disk, CDs, DVDs because they are smaller, faster, and have thousands of times more capacity. Until 2005, most of the desktops and laptop computer had floppy disk drives, but nowadays floppy disk drives have been completely replaced by the USB ports. And USB flash drives are used in several ways, like our personal data transport, music, backup, and booting operating system. So these can be used in several ways. And coming to the advantages of a USB have high data capacity than any other removable media, and they are small in size and lightweighted devices. And coming to the disadvantages, flash drives are they are very small in size, so that they can easily be misplaced or lost. This can be this can be at times a serious problem, especially if the data is sensitive. And the cost per the unit of storage of flash drive is higher than compared to the hard disk. Thank you.